Our next technique is going to be a counter, where we're trying to attack this guy when the weight is on the front leg, which makes it more difficult for this guy to shield or knee spike me. We just got done showing a direct attack where the idea in ideal situations is to put the weight off his front leg and be able to split the muscle fibers in his thigh here. But right here now, this time I'm going to counter his jab cross. All right, he comes with the jab, I'm going to parry the jab. When the right cross comes, I'm going to step at a 45-degree angle. Again, that's a reoccurring theme in our techniques here. If I do nothing else and just have good footwork, I'm going to be good to go. Everything's going to be fine. However, for insurance policy, I can use this hand in a wiping motion, and basically it's the exact same handwork that you're going to use in a Thai kick anyhow. So I'm right here, I parry the jab, I step, I'm parrying on the outside, and I'm going to counter with a kick to his leg, just like this. This is a very safe technique in the sense that he's got so much weight on that front leg, you're not going to run into that knee spike. So it comes in, jab cross, ish, there we go. So that was your Thai kick counter to the jab cross combination. With our next technique, we're going to move again to the outside of his lead hand, trying to get to that sweet spot again this time. Last time, we countered the jab cross by stepping to the outside of his rear hand, and now we're going to show you a counter to the jab cross where I step to the outside. That's all it is. He throws a jab and I step. Once I'm on this outer angle, I just turn, and there's my kick here, right into the muscle split. Step, I can even have this hand up to defend my jaw, and again, as insurance, as that jab is coming, now that I have this outside angle, bang, I throw the kick right to the muscle split.
That's what I'm going to just change it depending on how he lands in his toes. Okay? And then like something else you were talking about, how you were saying that the running circle kicks, you know, like you called it the swing kick. I called it circle kick. When you circle around, you run through a circle. When you're talking about off balancing him onto one leg to get the weight onto the leg, right? So that you can get a nice good shot on that leg. I like to do it with the right leg because a lot of people don't defend the right leg very well. Okay? It's not a leg it's easy to defend the right leg because he goes for my right leg. I can use my left anywhere, you know, I can use my right. It doesn't matter. My right's a lot harder to get to. Okay, so the way that I get to the right without getting damaged is I'll go do that same thing you were talking about where I put him off on his weight and I put the weight onto that right leg before I switch out and attack from behind. Okay, so I'll be here and I'll just throw 1, 2, pop him off on 3, and I can take him down if I want, or just make it a solid kick. Okay.
Cool.
So that's about it.
That's what you're looking for.
That's what I was looking for.
All right. So while that leg's on fire, let's have you go ahead and pull guard. This is a technique Sensei Paulson showed me years ago. Hammer fist, karate chop to the thigh. I've always loved this. I'm working to pass the guard, and as I do come across, my opponent reaches over, and what he would be doing is pulling himself back to square up and get the guard back. So as I go to pass, he's using his feet to square me back up. So now here, as I pass, he reaches over, I just drop down onto my knee. At the same time, I'm bringing all my weight into this chop right onto that exact same spot. So one more time here, I go to pass, he reaches over, and I'll have to do it a little quicker, sorry. I come here and bang, as he reaches, the chop right into that spot there. You can hammer it, karate chop it, or forearm.
I feel like the forearm, especially when you roll it a little bit.
Yeah, the forearm is...
It just feels like a shin.
There. Okay, and one more way while we're having some fun here to attack these spots. Now we're going to go for this one right here. One could be maybe from standing right here. You can that's always a good one. Just lift these up and drop it. Bang.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Another one, leg lock. Okay. Any type of leg lock that you're setting up here. Could be any various different type of, we'll go for this for the sake of the camera. You've got your Achilles lock down here. This is like a calf cutter right here. Boom. If you can see the spot, can you see the spot?
Yep.
All right. Okay, so I'm cranking on the Achilles lock down here. Some people don't react well to that, or they flex their foot, and it's hard to finish that one. So I'm going to shoot this under, and I'm going to take this sharp little bone right here, and I'm going to put it right on that spot. I'm going to grab my bicep, and then I'm going to use that to pull this in.
Okay.
So that's another way to attack
You know,
that.
another thing, a reason why I like that is with this particular, for the calf cutter, go ahead and hit that. A lot of times, the way that the guy will ride this out is, go ahead, they'll turn that way to take the pressure off the calf, and then they just give you the heel locks right there. And it's so hard to resist that pain. I mean, that is a really, really painful lock. I mean, and usually you're going to either tap or turn with it. Go ahead and show that one more time.
I would have my Achilles lock here,
I'm feeling that.
and he's resisting that, so I slide this underneath, put that bone right on that nerve, and then pull that out.
Oh God.
What do you call that one, Yamasaki? Calf cutter?
Yeah, calf cutter. You taught it to me.
All right.
That's what you call it, yeah? Calf cutter? Calf crusher? Whatever?
Karate chop to the leg, knee to the leg, straight kick. A lot of guys sort of neglect the kicking from your clinch range. So when you tie up, you can work that kick, just stiff leg kick right there.
Notice his.
Yeah.
Notice his foot. A lot of times, traditionally, at a longer range, you're taught to turn your knee over, and your toes should be pointing kind of down toward the mat. But in this particular case, you want your toes pointing up, and you're actually trying to use, instead of the front part of your shin, the inside blade of your shin.
Thanks for joining us, and tune in next week for another episode of Damage Control.
Hi, I'm Brian Dr. Sick Yamasaki, and thank you for joining us for the anatomy of the leg kick and beyond. For additional information on this subject and over 15 minutes of extra footage, techniques, and tips, please visit us at www.damagecontrolmma.com.